We've got an 80's vibe, synth music, satanic rituals, serial killers, animatronic animals that come alive and kill people, and Nicolas Cage? How can you not like this? And I'm not kidding you, all these things appear in this movie. Nicolas Cage plays a badass muscle car driving, soda pop drinking, pinball playing cool dude that doesn't say a word during the entire movie. So cruising around in his Camaro on the countryside, he runs across some sort of booby trap. It's like what the police use to try and stop cars by popping their tires. So he runs across that, all his tires pop. He gets picked up by a tow truck driver who says that he can help him fix the car, but he's taking cash only. And Nicolas Cage has no cash, he has card only, and sure enough, no ATMs in town, and they're in some sort of place in the middle of nowhere where you can't locate an ATM. He's got no car, but the tow truck driver and garage owner kindly gives him an offer, and that is he needs to clean former children's restaurant Willy's Wonderland, which has been closed for quite a while, for reasons that you'll find out throughout the movie. And of course, Nicolas Cage, not suspecting a thing, agrees, but we all know that something devious is going to be happening at Willy's Wonderland. Now the story goes like this. Willy once upon a time owned this children's restaurant. Now nobody suspected that Willy and his friends were actually satanic serial killers. They used to lure families and offer them a special private room where they can do like a show for a birthday or something like that, and then kill them all. Now of course murderous rampages don't last forever. Eventually they're caught out and they knew that they were about to go down. The police are on the way, so they do this mass satanic ritualistic suicide. And when the police arrive, all of the serial killers are dead on the floor in Willy's restaurant, Willy's Wonderland restaurant. But what they actually did was transfer their souls into the animatronic animals that appear in Willy's Wonderland. So anybody that ventures into Willy's Wonderland is basically killed gruesomely by these animatronic animals who are actually possessed by the souls of these serial killers, satanic serial killers. Story goes the town makes a deal with Willy and his friends, and if they leave everyone in town alone and they stay inside the Willy's restaurant, they will give him a sacrifice. And that's basically what happens whenever someone comes to town, like Nicolas Cage. They trap them, they give them an offer they can't refuse if they have no money and they can't take out money, there's no ATM, their car tires have been shot out. So everyone says yes to cleaning Willy's old restaurant. They'll repair the car for free if only they clean the restaurant for a night. Now, what the animatronic killers inside don't realize is Nicolas Cage is not actually locked in there with them. They are locked in there with Nicolas Cage. Now this movie won't be nominated for any Academy Awards or anything like that. It ain't gonna win no Oscars, and it's not supposed to be taken seriously. This is just a lot of fun, and like I mentioned, with synth music, 80's vibes, Nicolas Cage, serial killers, satanic rituals, that is definitely something that I love to see in movies. It's goofy, it's insane, it's Nicolas Cage, and it's a lot of fun. I loved it. It was a lot better than I actually expected. It does have some bad reviews, but they're mainly from people that just take movies too seriously. This is just fun, goofy fun, and Nicolas Cage at his craziest best, even though he does not say a word throughout the entire film. I'll have to go back and rewatch it again. I've only watched it once. I don't think he utters a single word at all. All he does is set an alarm on his watch. Every time the alarm goes off, he has to drink his soda pop and play the pinball machine. Once he finishes his soda pop, he goes back and basically cleans, or if he's attacked by one of the animatronic killers, he'll kill them. 'Cause you don't mess with Nicolas Cage. Now, Nicolas Cage has been pumping out 20 movies a year or something like that, but a lot of them are actually really, really good. And this one definitely gets the weird Nicolas Cage stamp of approval, just like Mandy and The Color from Outer Space most recently. Those two were really, really good movies, and this one's definitely up there as well. I really enjoyed this. For me, I'm biased to the setting though. 80's vibes, synth music, the whole sort of serial killer satanic rituals things happening. I love my horror movies, and I also love themes like that. Sure, this movie has weak points. It's not exactly the best acted movie or the most convincing, but like I said, it's just insane, silly, goofy fun, and if that's what you expect when you go into this film, then you're not going to be disappointed. And if you like the whole sort of 80s vibe, synth music, and Five Nights at Freddy's type vibes, then you're going to like this. As a lot of you already know, I score my movies out of 13, and Willy's Wonderland gets an 11 out of 13. Like I said, it's not perfect, it's not high budget. Nicolas Cage doesn't say a word, but he doesn't really have to. The teenagers are probably the weak points in this movie. They're sort of just whacked in there just so the animatronic animals have some more victims to play with, which I'm okay with. Not the most convincing actors you'll ever see, but it is good to see some more victims and some more blood happening. If you're somebody that prefers realistic movies and doesn't like goofy fun, then just go rewatch Titanic. This one may not be for you. But if you do have a suspension of disbelief and you like to get a bit goofy, have a few drinks with your friends and just laugh at some silliness. And sure, there's some bad acting here, there's some outright just stupid parts, but that's all part of the fun. The movie knows what it is, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's what I like. Now, if movie reviews are your thing and you love horror, if you love metal, heavy metal music, I do a lot of reactions as well, and of course I play video games, so what are you waiting for? If you love those three things, then you've come to the right place here. Subscribe now, and I'll keep pumping out the content.